Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Klautos, and welcome back to another Resource Pack update video. We're here in the Resource Pack showcase world, texture world, whatever it's called. Before I show you the new textures, we're gonna say bye to this area, and because I think it's about time to get rid of this. Every time I do a new texture, I just add it on to this never-ending hallway of textures. And I'm tired of it. And the big thing is, like, there's no organization to it, really. It's just like, well, I mean, there is, but, you know, not like there should be. There's no room for the textures I haven't done yet. You know what I mean? And it's too linear. So I think we got to say bye to this area. And, yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye, long hallway. It's been fun. I have used you for a very long time. And bye-bye, secondary hallway, which I've never used because I still haven't done my terracottas or my concretes. Those are coming soon. I just had to get a few things done before I start on those. Yeah, so those will be maybe in the next update. We'll start working on those. Bye-bye mock-up builds from when I did nether stuff, and bye-bye mock-up builds way down there from a... Hold on. What's this? What's this? Oh, I know what this is. You know what this is? This is my new texture castle. Oh, it's so good. Check this out. Now, instead of a long hallway... Well, we still have a long hallway. We have different rooms for different textures, right? So the decoration and storage is going to go here, right? And, oh, by the way, in the next, not this update, next one, I'm going to be doing these chests. So these are regular chests, trap chests. These are placeholders for the copper. I'm still in 1.20 and 1.8, so I don't have the copper chests, but those are placeholders. But that and the bookshelves, those are all coming in the next update. This update is what's in that room, but I want to show you this castle first. It's so good. I love how it's laid out. This is my concrete room. So I haven't done any concrete yet. It's still vanilla and crappy looking. So that's, yeah. These are going to be like floor and wall textures. You know, I think it'll be pretty cool when I'm done. And these are wool and carpet textures right here, looking fancy as ever. I have done those. And then over here is our glass room. So this is all the glass in the game, right? I haven't done any glass. This is all still very vanilla. You see why I like this castle so much? Do you see? It's because I can keep track of what I need to do and what I've done. It's so much better than just a long, never-ending corridor. So here's the terracotta room. I am really looking forward to doing these terracotta textures. I'll tell you, of all the default textures, I think the terracottas are some of the best. And it's really not saying much because it's just a flat color, right? But there's these little details in there that are very, very subtle, but they're nice because these make really, really nice walls for either interiors or exteriors. So when I do these, I'm going to keep the exact same color scheme. So the colors will be the same, but I'm just going to give them a little more detail. And some of them are going to look like roof tiles, and some of them are going to look like walls. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing the terracottas. And then over here, we have our ground cover overlay array, which you remember from the first part of the corridor. So I put it in over here, along with all the plants in the game right here. Okay, some of them I've done, most of them I haven't. And I'll tell you, I really like these. I don't know when they added these to the game. I took a break for like 2 years, but these are so good. And like the way you place them, you know, if you've placed them, you know. I'm really looking forward to texturing these little flowers and like leaf litter. That's going to be a lot of fun. Here's our sandstone and sand, etc. So desert textures. So we've got our desert and then our mesa, which is like desert, you know, right there. And then over here is our stone in this room. Right? So we have our stone and our cobblestone and our stone bricks and all that stuff goes there. And then over here we have stone ores And I spelled my name in the stone ores because I wanted to showcase that my name is Klautos. And no, I'm showcasing that the ores are like sunken into the stone. When you find them in the world, they're gonna be like this, and it looks really, really cool. So I like it, and I did that for all the ores, right? And I figured, well, I'll just spell my name. Let's do that, you know. This room over here is the what do you call it? Deep slate ores. Yeah, deep slate ores, which I haven't done any deep slate. I haven't done any deep slate ores, so this is still just vanilla and crappy. But I have a spot for it, so I know to do it. And then over here we have obsidian, blackstone, and nether brick. Right here, right? I am gonna take my nether brick. I made this a long time ago before blackstone was in the game. I'm gonna change it back to the default color. It'll still be this texture, but the default color. And then I'm gonna change these to make them a little more black. I'm gonna pull out the purple. So this is kind of like a default color. It's kind of purpley in default. I'm gonna make it more black like this. We've got the gilded blackstone and the obsidian right there. So these are sort of the nether textures. And then here we have the granite, diorite, and andesite, which live in this room. And then we've got 4 extra rooms here. So this is going to be populated with like more nether stuff over here. Maybe this room will be like all the textures from the end stone and whatnot. I might need more rooms. Of course, I can always expand that way. I have this way here to expand that way, and then this hallway here to expand that way. I haven't brought my trees in yet, which I just haven't done. It took me like all day to do this, like a whole day to build this and stuff. So I got to the trees, I'm like, oh, I'm done for the day, and I just haven't got back to it. But yeah, the trees will probably go back there. I'll put an expansion there. We can expand back there. But yeah, but in this update, we did all of the profession blocks. So this is what they look like. And I'm really happy with them. This was actually in the last update. And I think this was too, the fletching table. But yeah, so they're all done now. So we have our stone cutters here, which look amazing. The default has like a circular saw, like a powered circular saw, which totally doesn't jive with a medieval fantasy like pack. So I was like, well, how do they do the stone cutting in the medieval period? You know, do they have some kind of contraption or whatever? The answer is no. They just had chisels and hammers and like piles of stone and stuff on tables. So that's what I did. These look really cool. I really like the lecterns. I added these overhanging sort of banners, which came out cool. Put like a little dragon face on them a little bit, which is nice. I added some supports down under there, so you can kind of see it's got these extra supports. And this base, not the base, but this neck part, I guess, whatever. I made it a little skinnier so it doesn't take up so much of the block room, and I slid the whole thing forward so that there's space to kind of like stand up here, you know, and it doesn't look weird. Before, like in the default, you can tell by the block, the hitbox, this was like way up here. And so it looked weird when you stood on it, you know. Anyway, so I slid it forward. I think it's pretty cool. Composters look very disgusting. It looks like vomit. I had a lot of fun doing this one. These are the smokers. They look kind of like dog houses too, or like maybe chicken coops or something like that in your house or your build. You know, if you have wolves or chickens, you know, you can give them a little home like that. Just don't turn it on while they're in there. That would not be very nice. I added a nice little glow to them as well because the default just fire was crap. These are the blast furnaces right here, and I really like the way these came out. And so Fixit gave me this, he mentioned to me, let me grab something here, that when a lot of people put furnaces or blast furnaces or whatever in their builds, they'll oftentimes put a wall on top to make sort of their own chimney. So in my block model, I added a chimney here, and originally it was right here on this corner. So, but the trouble is, you see how it sticks out? And then not only does it stick out one block, but an extra block for this little lip. So it was sticking out 2 blocks. So I actually had to bring it back by 3 so that this face wouldn't battle with the, you know what I'm trying to say. There wouldn't be texture battling. Anyway, so I put it more closer to the center. I didn't want it perfectly in the center. It's a little off center. That way, if you want to make your own custom chimney, you still can, and it's not going to look all weird on the back end. So thank you, Fix, for that recommendation. I appreciate that. And we have, let's see, our grindstones are looking really cool. I made them rounder so they look more like grindstones. The stands are this nice A-frame, and they have these round sort of, what do you call these? Pivots, not pulleys, you know, I don't know what they're called. That they spin around on. I think they look nice. These are the looms. Now, originally, my loom texture, I made transparent, and I actually had the threads coming in this way and going down there and coming back up, and I had wooden bars going across there, and it looked really, really cool. But the trouble is that the loom is not a transparent block, so whenever you place it next to another block, you can see through the loom that I made, but it makes it culls the face of whatever block is next to it. So you could actually, if you were to put it here, you would see through this and through the world, and it looked really, really bad. The only way to get rid of that is to actually disable cull face on every single block in the game, which I don't want to do. It would take an insane amount of time, and it's just impractical. So yeah, so I just made it like a sort of a chest of drawers with a loom on top. I think that's fine. Maybe you have like some supplies in there, needles or whatever in there, and also it doubles as like maybe a dresser or something like that in your house. But of course you'd have to cover it with something because, you know, otherwise you'd have this loom on top of your dresser, which looks weird. But you can cover it with something, and it'll be fine. Maybe not that block, but you find another block to cover it with. Maybe cover it with a storage block or with one of these. I don't know. Use your imagination. Find something. These are the smithing tables, which I made. I think there are 6 different tiles that could show up. So you could have the chisels and the hammers, the hammer and the tongs, or the tongs and the chisels, and there's a couple others that didn't show up here. And then the fletching tables, which are really cool. I like these a lot. So if you have like a hunting lodge or something like that, or a hunting shop, you could have like a wall here behind the counter, you know, like, look at all the inventory we have to sell, you know, come on down and buy some stuff, you know. You could, you know, have a little store. I think that looks pretty cool. You can kind of do that with crafting tables too. Yeah, so that is, we did, the anvils is just a basic sort of, you know, iron texture. Nothing too crazy there. But yeah, I think that's it. In the next update, there's going to be bookshelves. I've already done them, by the way, but I took them out for this video. If you want to see them, you can go back and watch some of the replays from the live streams that I did, and you can see them there. But I'm not going to show them in this video because they are not part of this update. So today is the Professions update. If you'd like to get a hold of this pack, you can become a channel member at any level, or you can join on Patreon at patreon.com/Klautos, and you can join the Guild of Heroes, and you can download this pack right away and play with it yourself. So that's going to do it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, share the video. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys in the next one, and until that time, be excellent to each other, and farewell.